everybody. Welcome back. All right, so this is our February roll-up. So, if you recall, the beginning of February, we looked at everything that we got throughout the course of January, and we decided what we're going to put in our survival kit for the end of the year and what we're not going to put in. So, just a reminder, and this is the do not use. We decided to not keep the rigid assisted bladed folder or the fire blanket. Good item, but not really what we needed. So right now those are the items that we did not decide to keep. Now everything else I have put in this bag here. So this bag right now, and this is not the bag we're going to be using, but we haven't gotten a bag yet, so we will get a bag this year, that's for sure. But until then, I'm just putting the stuff that we've decided to keep in this bag here. So for starters, what we're going to do is we're just going to get a quick reminder. Well, we're going to open this up, not really a reminder, but again, we may have stuff that gets replaced. So all right, so we're going to start with the gear pack. So we did get this Rothko Malley small buckle pouch. We're definitely keeping that because one, you know, it's got the Malley. They've got the Malley band, so you can hook it on. But I mean, it's a pouch, so that means that we can store additional items with it, and we're good to go. So the pouch is definitely staying. That's going to be useful for something. So the pouch stays. Now, the next up, we did get this. We did get the Fire Dragon multi-fuel military issue stove, as well as the solid fuel tablets. I know that we already did decide that we are going to keep the Trailblazer stove as well as the barbecue, but we're going to keep these as well. I think that the ability to have multiple means to cook at the same time is going to be useful. And I mean, after all, this one is really, really well designed with the flame shield. And these tablets burn great. And when we're out of the tablets, we can still use this stove to cook using just, you know, wood or anything else. But the fact that we actually have the windshield here, I think really sets it above its competition. So this right here is a game changer. This little windshield they have, that right there, as we saw, we could blow from this side and it wouldn't go out, but as soon as we just puffed on it, it went out. So that little shield there, that makes this a game changer. We're definitely keeping this. This is a good stove. It's compact, so we're definitely keeping that. And the fuel, I mean, we may or we may not. Again, this is good fuel. I really liked it. But later on in the year, we are making our own tablets to go in that anyway. But so those definitely can be part of the survival kit. We may take out the Trailblazer one. I haven't decided yet. It's very small, so it's not going to take up much room. All right, next up we do have this Baladeo dive knife. I'm not even going to talk about that. And then we did get this Browning Speed Load Liner Lock. Now, this knife has really good blades. It's very sharp. I really like this knife. And you do have 3 replacement blades in here. But as of right now, I think that because these additional eight blades, and I actually reached out to Gear Pack about this. They're not for this knife. So these speed load replacement blades are no good. They're not for this model. So I think that as much as I like this Browning folding knife, I think I'm going to stick with the turquoise Baladeo. The handle is a lot nicer than this one. Yeah, this one does have the thumb stud, but I mean, it's it's not like it's difficult to open one-handed anyway, so it kind of defeats the purpose. So I don't think we're going to hang on to this one, at least not yet. I may change my mind over the course of the year, as always, depending on how I feel about that Baladeo. But for right now, yeah, I mean, this right here, having the 3 additional blades does make it a little bit more of a contender. But as of right now, we're gonna put this in the set aside pile. I still think I like that Baladeo turquoise knife a little bit better. And the blades are useless anyway because they're not even for this model. So the blades are definitely going in the do not use bin. All right, so that was our gear pack for the month. It was still a good gear pack, don't get me wrong. The Browning is a nice knife, just that the replacement blades did not fit. This stove and this pouch I think are really good. So we went down a little bit because last month we kept almost all of it, but this month we're just going to keep those. All right, next up we're going to move on to the Grimm Workshop, and I mean we're keeping it. I mean this one is a no-brainer because you have a folding stove, which is an additional cooking item that's very small and easy to use, as well as a backup sport, and we kept the sport from the last one anyway, so we're definitely going to hang on to these. I have the other ones in this bag anyway, but that's just because, I mean, they all take up so much. They take up such little room anyway. But we're definitely hanging on to the gear pack or the Grimm Workshop. All right, next up, we're gonna get over to our SHTF box. Now this one was actually kind of a mixed bag because we got a lot of duplicate stuff in it, but I still like this box. So now the first thing we're gonna look at is the SOA Scolding Fountain. Now this this looks great. It does have a little bit of an edge to it, but the plastic scales, it's not. I don't think it's definitely not as ergonomical as the Baladeo, and I don't think that it is as good of a blade. And yeah, the other one of these that we got, actually one of the pins fell out. So whenever you open it, it like opens sideways as well. So and as you look, and the blade is wobbly in this thing. So yeah, we're definitely gonna put this up. It looks nice, but you know what? Until we tighten that up and make it a little bit more useful, that's going in there. We're not keeping that one either. All right, next up we do have the bandana. Okay, regardless of the fact that this has plant information on it, a cotton bandana is a very key part of survival. That is definitely staying in the story. All right, next up we do have waterproof matches. Now again, this is the third time we've gotten the waterproof matches, but I'm not upset about that because matches are good. Waterproof is better. So we may not keep all 4 packs, but we are going to keep some of those waterproof matches. As combustion, we got a cotton bandana. We're almost there, so we're going to keep that. Next up, we do have the compressed towels. These don't take up much room. There's 12 of them in here, and hey, you need to clean yourself up. Good to have them, so those are going to stay as well. Okay, and then last that we got in the basic box for that one, the primary, is this Apex Light rechargeable clip-on flashlight, and we got the charger, we got the cord right here. So this right here, candling. This is our light. So we have to think about getting all of our basic needs. We need to have the ability to cook. Well, you boil water, strain water. You can use that using the filter it with that cotton bandana. We've got combustion. We've got we have that mini ferro rod that came with the Trailblazer cook stove, as well as 120 waterproof matches. This is just nice. It's not necessarily, but hygiene is always important. And then we got cordage, we've got candling, we've got combustion, we've got cutting tool, we've got several cutting tools because we have a saw as well. So we're most of the way there. So we're definitely keeping the light because we got to have light. And then the last 2 things we have are the Intense self-inflating pillow. This right here, comfort, we're keeping that pillow, unless we get something better. And then we have this hammock, and for now we're keeping the hammock. Later on, probably in like 2 or 3 weeks, we're gonna set this up and we're gonna see how comfortable it is. But as of right now, we're definitely keeping the hammock as well, because the hammock, and get yourself off the ground, and it doesn't, depending on what's in there, it may provide a little bit of cover over top, but definitely comfort. All right, moving on. We do have our mystery tackle box as well as our monster bass. Now, again, it's kind of new to decide what we're going to keep from as far as fish baits go. We will be keeping something. But one other thing that we got this month, because of the way we subscribed, is we got our free fishing reel. We're definitely keeping the reel, because that way it'll make it a lot easier. Even if we have to fashion a fishing pole out of a green limb and figure out some way to attach this reel, even if we don't have a rod, the reel will definitely help us reel in that fish. So we're going to keep the rod. We'll determine what we keep. Until we know exactly what baits we're going to keep out of these boxes, what I had did last year, I put hard baits, soft baits, and then like hooks into each of their own boxes, and then we'll go through it later on. But it's still too early to determine which ones we're actually going to keep. So as of right now, those ones are just kind of in limbo. But the fishing reel, we're definitely keeping. All right, and then last up this month, we did get the Apoca box. Now, all right, so going through the Apoca box, okay, we did get this knife lighter. Now, I kind of want to keep this, just but because you do have, you have to provide the lighter, but you have a way to have a cutting tool as well as combustion. But where the assisted opener is, the top notch there, it came loose already. So not even a month, and it's already kind of junky. So as much as I hate to say it, we may be keeping the lighter, but we're not necessarily keeping the knife part of it. So kind of a mixed bag there. I wanted to like it more than I think I do. So, but as of right now, we're not going to be hanging on to that. All right. Put our okay. We have the Hoko knife. We're going to do this project, but not necessarily keeping it. Okay, so now getting into this. Okay, so we did get these line tensioners, and depending on if we get like a tarp or something later on in the year, because sometimes we do get tarps, we missed out on the January box. But anytime we have to use cordage, we may have to tighten it up. So we're going to keep those tensioners. I think that's going to be a good thing. This chonk tool, pry bar, screwdrivers, the opener. This is more for like just kind of like general urban stuff. This doesn't really serve much of a purpose in like a wilderness setting, but it doesn't take up much room either, so we'll hang on to that. Pardon me. Get something to drink here real fast. Okay, so now we got this. We got this little cup here, bowl cup. It is small, but this is a metal container, and that is something that we will definitely need in a survival. You'll definitely need in a survival situation, because this will allow you to cook small portions, at least enough for yourself. But you have the ability to boil water, which means that you can use the bandana to strain out the particulates, and then you can use the cup over one of your stoves to actually boil the water to kill anything that's in it and make it safe to drink. So we're definitely keeping the cup. And this right here, it lays flat, it folds down, We do have that barbecue grill, so I see no reason why we don't keep the metal spatula. I think that, in a survival situation, it may not be like that important, but it's a nice tool to have. Okay, and then the last items we got was the book on nature journaling and the journal. So thinking completely in the overall concept of survival, the journal definitely a must because you're gonna need to take notes. And this is a really nice feeling. This journal is really nice. It's a nice. The cover is really nice. The cardstock it's kind of a cream, so it's not too hard on the eyes. It is blank, so it's not lined. But if you need to make notes for any type of notes, animal tracks, where make maps of where you're at, where you can find food and water and stuff like that, it'll be good to have a journal. Now we don't, and the book, I mean, as of right now, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't keep it. More for just to have something to read than to have it for what is the contents. But sometimes if you want to relax, just read a few pages and get your mind off of things in a survival situation, I think is a great idea. So, but anyway, that is what we got for the month of February. So we're starting to get a lot of stuff here that we're going to keep. Again, I'm not sure on the fishing stuff yet, but yeah. So we'll get this all put together, and then eventually, what we're going to do is at the end of the year, we're going to go through and we're going to decide, hey, what we got. But as of right now, I don't think we necessarily replaced anything. We just added more stuff to it, but eventually stuff might get replaced. The knife was kind of a tough call. If those other 8 blades were correct and actually fit that liner lock, then I think I definitely would have kept the Browning liner lock as opposed to the Baladeo, just because with 12 blades, you have like a lot of options. I mean, you have a lot of options with the 4 blades, but I think that the comfort and the rubberized handle of the Baladeo kind of supersedes the Browning as of right now. I may change my mind. This may come out. It's not really that heavy. And yeah, there's like screwdrivers here, but this Apex Light, it's got a Phillips and a flathead. It's got the whistle. It's got fire starter right there, so additional combustion. You do have your light. The downside to this is that if we don't get a power bank, this is not going to be much good. We definitely need to get a power bank so that we can charge this up in the event that we are in a long-term situation. But we got matches, we got stuff to cook on. So we've got combustion, we've got candling, we've got container, we've got cordage, we've got a cotton bandana. So if you're thinking about the whole, if you're going the whole Dave Canterbury route with the 5 C's, we've got most of those C's covered already. And if you're just thinking about just general like survival, we've got a way to cook and boil water. We've got something to cook and boil water in. We've got a way to start the fire. We've got a light so we can see what we're doing. We've got some compression towels to keep our sanitized. We've got water. We've got a water purifier. We've got several cutting tools. So I think we have the makings. So far, we're getting the makings of a good survival kit. And this is only the second month of the year. We have 10 months to go. So what does that mean? We've got 10 more gear packs, 10 more Mystery SHTF boxes. We've got 5 more Apoca boxes, and we've got 10 more Monster Bass and 10 more Mystery Tackle box. So we have a long way to go, and we've got a lot of gear to get in, and we may have a couple surprises along the way. Yeah, by the time this video goes up, you'll see we did get that Gordon survival kit. So some of that we're going to use. I didn't put it in here yet just because it's kind of like, Haven't decided what I want to keep out of it and what I don't. We may keep the Spork, even though we do have the one from last month from the gear pack. But we're going to start getting this all put together towards the end of the year. So, but this is what we're keeping as far as February goes. It's a lot of stuff, but as we move further on, you know, some of this stuff might get replaced. If we get a better container, or what, I mean, we might keep it anyway, but we're gonna see what we got. If this hammock isn't comfortable or doesn't work out too well, we're not going to keep the hammock. But it does feel like it's pretty well put together, and it does have the tree straps along with it. So, but that's it. Yeah. So that's our rollout for the month of February. So this is, you know, the stuff we set aside that we're not keeping. But this is 2 months in, and we got a long ways to go. We got to keep preparing. If this is your first time on the channel, please consider subscribing. Love to have you here. At the time that I'm making this video, we have 242 subscribers. We need 8 more subscribers, and then we'll be able to. Yeah, this video goes up in 2 days, so we might have fewer by the time I actually put this video up. But as of the time of filming this video, I have 242, so 8 more subscribers, and we are doing that giveaway. Just a reminder, it is that Mora knife with this mini survival kit, as well as the Ferrocerium rod with the Hacksaw Striker. So, and then we'll, after I hit 250, we'll do the video to promote that giveaway, and then we'll get that sent out to one of my lucky subscribers. I love having you here. I love making these videos. Again, you know, hey, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and you got to keep preparing. Stay prepared.